Hi there. My name is Tim Cornish, and this is an English lesson. Today's lesson is going to be about the beaver, the Canadian beaver. In terms of Canadian dollars, the beaver on our nickel coin is valued at only 5 cents, but in terms of its contribution to the history of the country, the beaver's value is too great to estimate. Before maple leaves, Mounties, and Eskimo carvings, the beaver stood alone as a true symbol of life in Canada. As early as 1632, long before Canada was founded, the beaver appeared on the coat of arms granted by King Charles I to Sir William Alexander of Nova Scotia. Early settlers were also quick to suggest the beaver as an appropriate animal to symbolize life in this new land. That's because the fur trade dominated the Canadian economy under the rule of both the French and British. And the beaver's pelt, a thick mat of soft underfur preferred by European hat makers, was on the top of the fur trade's most hunted list for centuries. Beaver pelts had long been a prize catch for local Indians, who hunted beaver out of necessity for use in clothing. But it wasn't until the European fur trade expanded overseas to Canada and North America that the beaver pelt became a source of income for hunters of all kinds. Throughout the 1600s, European fur traders looked at the beaver-rich Canadian wilderness as a new source of vast wealth. The French began fur trading along the St. Lawrence River, while the British moved their main fur trading operations north from New England to Hudson's Bay. Large fortunes were at stake, and the two countries ultimately fought a war, won by the British, to determine the rights to Canada's profitable hunting grounds. While the fur trade nearly wiped out the entire beaver population, it did play a vital role in the founding of our country. In the never-ending search for beaver skin, early fur traders often blazed new trails across the unexplored mountains and plains, and navigated the many rivers of Canada. Money from pelts helped to pay the cost of building new colonies. In addition, cities like Quebec, Montreal, and Winnipeg started life as prosperous fur trading posts. Despite the unique quality of its fur, a closer look at the beaver's form and ability shows why it is still considered one of nature's most remarkable animals. Beavers are famous for their skill at building dams strong enough to hold back rivers and streams. They have teeth as sharp as chisels, designed to cut through wood. Their clear eyelids allow them to see underwater, and their flat, paddle-shaped tails can be used to swim, sit up, and help carry heavy loads. Most of all, beavers are known as hard workers. In fact, so much has been written about their tireless efforts that phrases like busy as a beaver and eager beaver have become a standard part of our speech. Unless you venture into the forests of Canada, chances are you won't encounter a beaver in the wild. But if you really want to see Canada's national animal, but if you really want to see Canada's national animal, all you have to do is go hunting for a nickel. Now I'll say it much more slowly, and you can repeat after me. So, for example, I will say terms. You say terms. So terms. Canada, whatever, okay. So, starting now. Terms. Canadian. Dollars. Beaver. Nickel. Coin. Valued. Only. 5 cents. Contribution. History. Country. Beavers. Value. Great. Estimate. Before. Maple. Leaves. Mounties, Eskimo, carvings, beaver, stood, alone, true, symbol, life, Canada, early, 1632, long, before, Canada, founded, beaver, appeared, coat of arms, granted by King Charles, Sir William, Alexander, Nova Scotia, early, settlers, quick, suggest, beaver, appropriate, animal, symbolize, life, new land, because, fur trade, dominated, Canadian economy, under, rule, both, French, British, beaver's pelt, thick mat, soft underfur, preferred, European, hat makers, was on the top, fur trade, most hunted, list, centuries, beaver pelts, prize catch, local Indians, hunted beaver, out of necessity, use in clothing, European fur trade, expanded overseas, Canada, North America, beaver pelt, source of income, hunters of all kinds, throughout, European fur traders, beaver rich, Canadian wilderness, new source, vast wealth. French began fur trading along St. Lawrence River, while the British moved their main fur trading operations north from New England to Hudson's Bay. Large fortunes were at stake. Two countries ultimately fought a war won by the British to determine rights, Canada's profitable hunting grounds. Wiped out entire beaver population, play a vital role founding of our country. That's good for today. So just try to pronounce things in a way similar to what you hear, and I'm sure you'll improve. Thank you to all my students. Thanks to Monica, Roberto, Mario, Erti, Bio, Soltani, Malik, Anna, Tomoki, and everybody else who I've taught in the past. Han Biol, Han Ol. Well, there's a whole huge list of them. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day. Bye for now.